As the Queen returns to Buckingham Palace for the final time, the royal family has gathered around the matriarch. Earlier, we saw Princess Anne accompanying Her Majesty's coffin on its journey from Balmoral Castle in Scotland to London, where King Charles, Prince Andrew, William, Kate, Harry and Meghan joined her.
It's also been revealed that Princess Anne was beside the Queen during her final 24 hours. In a statement, she said it was an honour and a privilege to accompany the Queen on her final journey. Now, royal commentator Angela Mollart joins us now. Morning again to you, Ange. Now, royal family standing strong, as we would expect at this point. Is it time for them to put all those differences aside and come together for these next very, very important few days?
You can see that all of them are trying to work very hard to be together. That walkabout with William and Harry, Princess Anne's beautiful statement and the support that she's shown to her brother. Even Prince Harry's statement that even though he cannot wear military uniform, that it doesn't diminish his years of service, but that the attention should be on the Queen. So I think what they're all trying to do is say, let's be together, let's focus on the Queen at this stage.
Yeah, he came out and made a special statement, Prince Harry, didn't he, about stop talking about me and my uniform, basically, which is quite extraordinary. It appears the emotions may be getting the better of the new king. Now, this video has just come to light. It shows the new head of state getting heated over a pen. Have a look.
Oh, God, I hate this.
No, look, it's going everywhere. So nobody got it on.
Where is that?
No, look, it's everywhere.
Can't bear this bloody thing. What they do, everyone's stinking to them.
Extraordinary, Ange.
Look, we didn't see this with the Queen, did we? Now, for two reasons. She's a calmer temperament, but also there were not cameras on her all the time. And this is the new monarchy. We're seeing this proclamation. But look, hang on. I feel a bit sorry for him. This man is he's 73. He's going all around the country. He's, you know, every part of the British Isles. He's grieving, but nevertheless, he is going to have to learn, if he doesn't want to be the subject of memes, that he's going to have to keep a lid on that temperament.
Right, because the big talk in the last few days is that there's all of a sudden this access that there has never been before. There's cameras in the cathedrals, there's cameras, areas that we've never been allowed before. If he's saying this is the way it's going to be, he's got to get used to that.
He's got to get used to it, and he's going to need really good advice around this. You want people that are across social media who can predict how something may be seen, but he may also need to have conversations with the BBC and that sort of thing about what is allowed to go out. I mean, for instance, when the Queen's coronation, we were not able to see the anointing with the oil. That was determined too sacred. It will be interesting to see when he has his coronation whether that is covered. But there should be some, you know, privacy, I think, amongst this time.
Because this stuff is going around the world now. It's all the American late nights, the comedy shows. It's really...
Well, we love it because we're talking about it because this is human, but does human work well when you want to maintain mystique and majesty?
Just going to stick biro. That's his problem. He's going all fancy with the ink.
But the ink...
What would happen with a Bic, would it?
But it was given to him at the proclamation. It was given to him by... you're right.
Honestly.
It was given to him by his sons. That's why he used it.
Oh, did he?
With the inkwell and the proclamation. So, Kylie...
Oh, well, that's...
Jeez,
Okay,
you're really ripping that family apart.
I take it back, but honestly, that's always going to happen, isn't it? Further details about King Charles rushing to his mother's side in those final hours.
Because this is what we don't know, do we, Kylie and Larry, is that we don't actually know what she actually died of or what happened in those final hours. That's very much private. But Jenna Bush, the daughter of George W. Bush, was actually at in Dumfries House the night before she had dinner with the new King Charles. And then the day before the Queen died, she was due to do an interview with Camilla. She was sitting up, they were in Dumfries House, and suddenly aides rushed in and said, please be quiet, the Prince is on a phone call. And then suddenly both teams, Camilla and his, rushed in. The next thing they heard at 12:30, she was due to meet with Camilla at 1:30, was the helicopter leaving. So we know how sudden, how immediate. There was no knowledge that the Queen was this ill, and I think that's the first sort of insight, very interesting, that we've been given to those final hours.
Very interesting. Now, a lot of preparations behind the scenes in the lead up to the Queen's funeral on Monday. By all accounts, it's going to be one of those events that you watch and you never ever forget for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
What are you hearing?
Yeah, look, there's so much to think about. Of course, it's been there for decades. It's, you know, that coffin has been waiting for at least 30 years. But interesting things. I love
right?
that's 30 years at least, that oak coffin. But what I love is the stories about the horses, because it's really hard to get horses to walk slowly. It's also very hard to not have them respond. So what they've been doing is they've practiced with people sobbing, people throwing flowers, big noises, drums and that sort of thing, because these horses have to be ready. There's one horse that's going to lead the Queen's procession called Cassius. He's 18. He actually covered Prince Margaret Thatcher's funeral, and he's going to retire after this event. But the real challenge for these horses is walking slowly enough.
Yeah,
They have,
right.
lots of them can't do it, apparently.
How interesting.
Yeah. So, and tailors. The tailors are working right through the night, checking that every uniform on all of those military people, everything, every hem, every thread. 2, 3 in the morning they're working. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Good.
Thank you, Ange.
Thanks,
That's
Ange.
reluctant.